the batteries installed, remove this engine hatch, get the batteries installed, see how this goes. I mean, it's going to go easy, but might fire it, I don't know. We'll see.
She likes a song, she gonna dance and sing along. She'll paint you a rock. A foot prison is a word for sock. Oh, she cures my blues, but she names her shoes.
Alright, so I got the panels off. There's that panel, there's our charger. They came over here. Now this is our, look, I can use the shadow instead of me pointing. That's our new trim sending unit that we had our buddies install for us. So looks like we got new hoses and everything. So we'll get these batteries in and see how it goes. I know this thing's a mess. But we got it cheap. It gets us to and from the beach. The motor's solid, even though it doesn't look like it. Yeah, good enough for what we need. For a couple grand, it was worth its weight in gold, I think. So get this thing in, get the batteries in. So batteries are in. I mean, simple project. Trim goes up and down as it should. Trim gauge does not work. It did work before owner. I wonder if it needs a different battery. Put it on the wall. Trim gauge does not work. Okay. Alright, well, anyway. I dry fired it, just for a couple seconds. Pumped the gas like 15 times. Turned the key, and within 3 seconds it fired. So these are great motors, good, dependable, easy to work on. That's why we got it. So I'm gonna wait till Jen gets home. I'm gonna get out the muffs and the garden hose, and we'll fire it, make sure it's pumping water the right way. It is Wednesday, the 11th of June. I'm back on Weeby here. So problem, and it's not really a problem, but do you see these marks here? This one, and then there's one here. Well, this is where the ladder sits. So when we mounted the ladder, we wanted it to actually end up on the rub rail like that. So it's barely touching that rub rail, but we wanted the support. It is hitting the bracket and the rub rail at the same time. So I didn't want to put all the support on the bracket. So we pushed it back, and it's hitting the fiberglass here and here. So I stopped at Ace today, and I got this rubber stop. And now I'm going to mount this rubber stop, and it does not hit anymore. So I was thinking the downfall would be we might step on it. I actually bought two of them. I was going to put one here. But I think when we're stepping up, we got to get over this anyway. And we've got this kind of marked with the Velcro holder. So I'm going to put this one here, see how it goes. We have a spare to put over here if we need it. But I got a little bit of silicone, some outdoor 100% advanced silicone, 100% waterproof. I'm going to silicone this little stainless screw. I've already got everything drilled. I used an 1/8 inch drill bit. I drilled through the rubber, and I'm going to drill this down, put some silicone there, and be done. And done. That quick. So I kind of recessed that bolt a little bit. So up here, we got just a little bit of room there. So this side's not hitting at all, which is good. The Velcro still holds. So, I could have pulled one of these bolts, but if you remember when we mounted this, these are through bolts. So it would take two people, and this is just one. And obviously this bolt's not in perfect shape. So this was the easy way to do it right now. That's not gonna hurt anything, and it's just gonna help us a little bit. So that's what we did. That's what I did. Yeah, I mean, if this was a brand new 19-foot boat, I wouldn't be doing this. But then again, the ladder would be made for it. But it's a 1994, and we're dealing with what we're dealing with. Oh, it's Friday the 13th, June 13th. At that, I'm at the marina. It's 1:45 now. So I ran and got my trailer parking pass. So I've been here about half hour or so. There's a light rain right now. I'm gonna get changed, get out of these work clothes, and get some shorts on so I can launch this boat, because I know I'm gonna have to go in, knee deep in the water to get this thing unhooked. But we're gonna start the process of getting Weeby in the water. So trailer did good coming up. Bearings are good, tires are good, so everything's cool. All the lights work. That's it. Time to get to work. All right, we are ready to launch. I am ready to launch. So what I do is I put the front line on, and I hang it here. It's loose, so I can turn, and it's still not going to drag. Put the back line on. Back line on, and it's just kind of sitting here. Straps are off, drain plug is in, tightened up. Battery switches are not on yet. Key is in, covers back. I got my stuff in there to get to the boat tonight, this afternoon. So when I backed this in by myself, and I delivered, I can't tell you how many boats, hundreds of boats, when I worked for the marina. This is how I did it, whether it was a 14 footer or a 34 footer. I delivered a 36 footer, and I did it just like this, and it always worked. So I'm going to back it in. I've got the strap a little bit loose right here. I'm going to back it in until, let me loosen that just a touch more and lock it. Back it in until this floats, and then I'll step in the water, unhook, grab this line on my way out, walk towards the back, grab that back line, and just float it off the trailer. So I did unplug the lights, even though all the new lights I put on are waterproof, but I just, as a precaution, I just do it. Sometimes I'm overcautious, sometimes I'm not. So, all right, let's get this thing in the water. All right, so when I'm backing in, I like to line that boat up and the trailer up with that dock. So there's lots of lines. You can look at the line on the truck, you can look at the line on the trailer. Try and get those lines, parallel. And then you should be able to put it like within inches. Looks pretty good. I can even get it a little bit closer, I think. Alright, we're in the water. Obviously. You're making a splash, dummy. Okay. We're going to see it start to come up. Okay, the other thing I have to watch is, can I open my door? So I got to pull forward a little bit. Okay, there we go. There's that. Emergency brake is on. We are in park. Alright. So, the boat is not deep enough to float. So, I have the lines tied with a lot of slack. Parking brake's engaged. Parking brake's off. So I'm going to back in. I'm going to float this thing. There it goes. It's free. Pulling out, and I caught the front line. That is so perfect. Okay, but that's good. It's a good stopping point. I'm going to get it tied up and secure. There we are, tied up. I'm pulling out. So always try and get ready away from the boat launch, so when you come in you can just launch it, let the next person in. But as you can see, it's not busy today, so I'm just gonna park right here since it's not busy. I'm gonna get that boat out to the slip and tie it up, and then I'll come up here and get the trailer back to the parking lot. Do all that good stuff. Let's go see how the boat fires. Okay, we are on the boat. Get the battery switches on. Should always check for leaks. Let's slide this back. Everything looks good down there. No water coming in. Let's turn the fan on. Blower's on. Our trim gauge isn't working now. Oh, that's all right, I guess. Pretty good on fuel. Oh, trim is working. Key has to be on. Hey, never mind. Look at that. Trim gauge does work. Well, that's cool. Alright, I'm gonna let this blower run even though it's pretty much an open air boat, but I'll let it run for 4 minutes. Alright, so this is a 1994 boat. This is a carbureted boat. So you gotta put this in neutral. And then you gotta pump. That's like priming your carburetor. Pull it back. We're gonna hit the key and see what happens. Look at that. Need a little bit more. Okay. It is a little smoky, but it's probably the winterization coming out, the oil and the cylinders and stuff like that. That's it. We'll let this thing warm up. And we'll get it out to the slip. We are on the water. We were on the water before, but now we're moving. No. Yeah, this little 6-cylinder and these rinkers are just they're bulletproof. They run good, they run smooth, they're dependable, and I hope I don't eat my words later. But anything's possible. There was light sprinkles and drizzles this morning. Still rolling into the afternoon up here. It's supposed to stop. Tomorrow's not supposed to be too bad, really. Oh, that's our end dock is our new dock. It's one of the brand new ones. So supposedly this year they're redoing T dock, and then they're redoing a different one too. But that's going to be end of the year. Once all the boats leave, then they'll rip that out, and I guess they can have them done in a few weeks each one. So hopefully they get the G dock here sometime.